uh, like I was saying, I was in college and a mutual friend of ours played some house for us. And initially, when I first heard house, I think it was more of a techno style house, and I was like, man, I don't like this at all.
Right.
Yeah, I can't feel this one bit. And then he introduced me to Inner City and Ten City, and both of those groups had more of a disco feel to them, and it was more about vocals and music surrounding the beat, and they were just
really good.
They were really good, really good. And so after that, I started listening more and started seeking out a lot of different house music. Then I came across a store. At that time, it was called Eddie's Music or something like that, and that's all they sold was house music.
Right.
So I would go in there and just listen to all these different songs and all of that, and I was like, oh man, this is nice. And so, and ever since then, I've just loved it. You know?
Right.
And it's just, one of the things I really like about it is, and this is actually not even from a DJ's point of view. It was more so from a dancing point of view, because growing up, I also danced in this dance group.
Yeah.
House was a music that you could just dance freely to. It wasn't.
Right.
You didn't have to know the latest. You didn't have to know the latest dance or anything like that. You could just get out there and do whatever.
Yeah,
you felt.
just vibe with
it. That's what the music was all about, a vibe, and not about how you looked or anything like that.
Right.
So, we started going to. We used to have this. There was a club called the Warehouse, and and all they did was play house music, and we would go there pretty much every weekend and
right.
hang out. So that's how it started for me.
Right. In case we didn't get it on the last take, tell me again, like, the different styles of house.
Yeah, there are, within house music, there are probably, I would say, maybe 10 different genres.
Right.
There's techno, there's progressive, there is minimal, there is tribal, there is soulful, deep house, jazzy house, vocal house, and a couple others that I know I'm forgetting right now. But I lean towards soulful, jazzy, and deep house, and tribal house.
Right.
Now, tribal house has an undercurrent of African beats and drums and vibes to it. Of course, soulful is more of the kind of a disco type house, and deep house can be a blend of kind of either the jazzy, the soulful, or there's another type of deep house that is just basically bass driven and vibe driven,
right?
Which I like.
I remember, like, what really, like, turned me on to it was, like, I guess, like before I was coming to meet up with you to, like, practice DJing or something, I was, like, rushing to get, like, what really is house music. I wasn't even really looking for it. I was just looking up, like, well, for this entry, I'm going to talk about, like, what DJs do when they perform. And so I looked up DJ performances, and I clicked on, like, the first one. And, like, it was back to back. It was, like, a compilation video of nothing but house music, people performing it. And, like, people just walking in the street and people just dancing to it. And, like it was really, like, this DJ, like, it wasn't a party or anything. It was just, like, on the sidewalk, and people just walking by and standing by it and just dancing to it. But then, like, the best part of that video, I had to say, it would be, like, maybe, like, the second to last part of it, where it was, like, this dude, it was either one guy or two guys, because I think one guy passed it on to the other, but, like, he was playing this one song, and it was, like, really, it was disco-y, and like the beat was like dun, 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 and then and you know how you turn the knob down to like get the voice in, and then like when the beat drops, then you like just bring it all in together, yeah, and like the lead up to it, it was like probably the best part for me like ever. I just kept rewinding it because I knew I like enjoyed it, because it was like somebody singing and just rising up. And, oh yeah, I know what it was. It was because like the voice stopped and like they kept replaying the voice like 1, 2, da, 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 and then they all came in together. So yeah, it was a good thing.
It's cool, and that's one of the things, and that's the thing about mixing house as opposed to any of the other genres. It's more so about blending the sounds. So you'll be instead of scratching or doing whatever with the crossfader,
right?
You're working with the highs, the mids, and the gain and the lows, tweaking the knobs, trying to blend the sounds. You'll take the bass out of one of them and let the highs play on the other,
right?
Like that, just create your mixes that way.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing that I thought was really cool about it, because you get all these different sounds when you start tweaking them like that, and it's like, oh man, this is wow, that sounds pretty good. Like this,
exactly. So yeah, that is cool. And anything else you want to talk about, like in closing, or you good?
Nah, I'm good. The other, just one last point on mixing house. One of the things that you were saying, how they took the bass out, and then when the beat came back in, you can all of a sudden they turned everything back up.
Yeah.
You can another thing about house music is you can control the vibe of the audience that way.
Right.
Because you with like taking the bass out a little bit, that's kind of like a crescendo. It kind of lowers everything down, and then there's this build up as you just kind of slightly bring everything back in, and then when you get to the downbeat, boom, you turn the bass all the way back up, and then you get that boom, that bottom right there, and then everybody's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that jamming too.
So, but it's just I don't know. I just really love everything about the vibe and the feel of house music. I mean, and I love, and don't get me wrong, that's not the only thing I spin. I spin neo soul, hip hop, everything. Right. I mean, I love pretty much all music. Right. But house is it's pretty, I guess, would be my favorite now.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Exactly. All right, and that was the interview with Mark Barron, aka my cousin, aka DJ Synsystyr1, and hope you enjoyed it. All right.